Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another anime review. I just recently received this series from a friend of mine at work, and I learned it was based off of a manga called I sound like I have an accent, Chibi Vampire, and the anime is actually called Karin, and it's really cute. Karin, she's not exactly a vampire per se. She's more of an unvampire. She actually makes blood instead of drinking it. Well, she does drink blood, but every vampire in the series has their own affinity to a certain kind of trait in humans that might be considered not desirable. For instance, Karen's mother, she adores the blood of liars. Her father prefers the blood of pompous windbags, somebody who's very prideful. Karen's affinity is unhappiness, which, you know, considering her character, it's very understandable because she's just so unlucky, but it's actually a really sweet anime. It's a love story, a supernatural love story. I'm not going to say who she's in love with, but actually the cover of the anime itself is pretty obvious as to who her love interest is. I enjoyed all the characters. I thought all the characters were very interesting in and of themselves. The Maka family, I really liked them. I liked Anju because I thought that she was really adorable. She's a goth loli type of character. And I always like that whole dress, the Victorian dress, the Lolita. It's really gorgeous. I mean, I'm not into that type of thing. I like the way the dresses look. I just think that it's really just absolutely stunning, and I would love to wear something like that. But for me, it's a little bit too girly. I would only wear something like that if somebody gave me a good reason to. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Any other reasons why I would not be caught dead wearing something like that? I liked Ren. Ren is, he's kind of a lech. Well, he is a lech. Let me just put it that way. He actually has a very interesting backstory that I thought was very intriguing according to his character and his blood affinity. I'm not going to go into that, but you figure out quite a bit about him. And then, of course, you've got Maki, who is Karen's best friend, has been her best friend since she was little. Has no idea that Karin is an unvampire or her family is a family of vampires. They actually moved out of their original domicile because they were chased out just because of something that occurred with Elda, and you learn about that later. And it's such a sad story, and it just broke my heart for her because I wanted her to have happiness. And she and Karin look almost like dead ringers for each other. Actually, they are dead ringers for each other, and it's very amusing when they meet each other for the first time. There's some fan service in the show, but not too much. It's more plot based, and I really enjoyed that. I thought that the plot was really exceptionally well done. My favorite character is Winter Sinclair. I just love him. He is just excellent. He was just a takeoff on all those vampire hunter characters that you see, and he just reminded me of a very awkward Van Helsing. I don't know why, but he just did. You know, if Van Helsing were captivated by a girl that he didn't know was a vampire, that he felt was the woman of his dreams. And first episode, yeah, we get a look into that. We don't really know who Winter is yet, but we learn later on that the Sinclairs and the Makas have been at each other's throats. Ha ha! Sorry, vampire. Funny there. I didn't mean to be punny, but I just did. But they have been mortal rivals for time immemorium, and the Sinclairs have been the ones responsible for trying to extinguish the Maka vampire race from the planet, and Winter really wants nothing to do with this. And Winter is just this character, so likable, and he's kind of a knucklehead. He's kind of an idiot, but he's very optimistic. He's very charming and very handsome, I think. He's kind of that Bishonen type. And he's just really neat. I love Winter. And his lines are very amusing to me. He kind of reminded me of America from Italia, and maybe it's the blue eyes and the blonde hair. Maybe that's the reason why I liked him so much. But he's just such a fun character, and I think he had the best lines in the entire series, and I felt he was more of comic relief than anything else. They actually turned out to be quite the gallant hero, and he reveals that he has quite a lot of integrity, and that's the reason why I like his character so much. Is even though he lives by some old-fashioned standards or ethics or morals, he's really quite sound as a man. He is a very good man. He has a gold heart. It's probably why he is so drawn to Karin, because Karin she's the same. She's just so sweet and gentle and kind and lovable and very charismatic, but she's also kind of unlucky and clumsy, like a lot of female anime characters are, which makes them all the more adorable. And she's just cute. That's the long and short of it. She's very adorable, and I just love her. There's nothing not to like about Karin, I don't think. There's a little interesting fact about Anju. Anju has a room full of toys, and the toys are alive. And there's a little bit of a creep factor to that, I think. I think that's probably taken from Child's Play and all that, and that's probably inferred through that. If that's probably a reference, even though it's a subtle one at that. And I've never watched the movies as a child because they would freak me out and give me nightmares for weeks. And I don't like slashers, second of all. But Boogie is this doll who is sentient, and a lot of her dolls are. But he's the only one who is with her all the time and is carried around by her, and he's kind of a pervert in some of the things that he says, but he always states the obvious, and he seems to be kind of the voice of reason, as well as some a little bit of a fall guy in a way, because he's also comedic relief. Each character in another own way has a certain attribute to contribute to the show, and it moves so freely, and it's just so it's so enjoyable. And it's if you like supernatural or supernatural shows, I should say, or the paranormal, or something a little bit more on the gothic side, then this is definitely your show. It kind of reminded me of Master of Mosquiton, which was created in 1999. I wonder what my friend will think about that particular anime. This is the OVA. I gave her the OVA because actually I like the OVA better than the TV series, even though the TV series introduces a whole new batch of characters that makes it much more intriguing. But anyway, it really reminded me of that. It was just the same kind of relationship and a full-fledged love. I thought really beautiful. I give the series 2 thumbs up and 5 stars, hands down. So I really savored watching it, and I almost cried in the last episode. And Winter's actions, I just felt were so gentlemanly and well thought through, even though Victor wanted him to follow through with his vampire training, and the old bigotry. There was a lot of anti-bigotry, anti-prejudice in this series, which I really enjoy, because I think you can equivocate that to anything in this day and age if you wanted to, and make it all political. But I like to see the grander scheme of things, and I like the way that the Japanese are. To me, they're very open-minded, and this just proves that, and it gives me so much more hope for humanity, and it makes me feel less likely like a freak, and like I can fit into society, even though I really don't want to be a follower. I want to be more of a person who's unique. I'm a lot like Usui, because I found myself relating to him, and I'm the type of person who would keep a promise no matter what, on my honor. I would do it on my honor, because I was taught to be a gentle lady, from the time that I was young, and it's what I really wanted to do. It's in my character, and I can't deny my character or who I really am. That's pretty much all I have to say. I'll do some updates today, actually. I am still writing Fanta Phantasmagora, which is the third part of Kitchen Murders, and it's going to be a little bit more grisly than my first one, because I wanted to end it on a high note. I'm writing a crossover between Sinbad and Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, like I mentioned before. I don't know if anybody else has done it, but if they have it, then I shall be the first. I recently read on Wikipedia that Sky and Canal, who were responsible for the genius that is Sinbad, they canceled it, and my heart sank. I just thought, oh, why did you do that? There was so much that they could have done with that series, and I was so utterly in love with it. I adored all these characters, and I wanted to see what they would do with them and where they would take them, and just the amount of detail that went into the show and how beautifully done it was, and oh, it's like losing a best friend. I wanted to cry when I read that, actually. And I heard from a friend of mine last night about Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, which I've absolutely fallen in love with, since I'm a huge fan of anything Wonderland. I think that's going to go by the wayside too, but at least fanfic community can keep it alive. At any rate, I'm looking forward to uniting the powers of Emir Akbari and Jafar. It'll be like looking into an evil, deliciously handsome mirror. At least I think for them it will be, because they're the same, except Akbari, in a couple episodes before the very final episode of Sinbad, he relents, and Sinbad forgives him. And actually that episode was one of the few episodes where I was just crying like a baby, because I was not expecting it. I thought, oh my lord, Sinbad could have killed him for Jamil's sake, but he didn't. He let him go. He let him live. That takes true integrity. That takes true courage. That takes true honor and discipline, and just a heart of humanity and altruistic faith that maybe Akbari will repent, but I know in all good faith he will not, because he's evil. That's what I reveal in this particular story, that Jafar brings out even the worst in him. And Karin, she's already joined Sinbad and crew, because she feels she owes him a debt for saving her life in the land of the dead and getting her daughter back, basically, returning her to the land of the living. So That's all I have to say about that, but that's pretty much what I've been up to. So, I plan on seeing Ender's Game as well as Las Vegas, which looks really, really great, amongst other things. So, November is coming, and my birthday anniversary is coming as well. So, I know it's kind of silly for me to be excited about birthday anniversary, but another year older, another year wiser, I hope. Um, that's all I have to say for now. So, until I see you next time, live long and prosper, and ciao tutti!